Now, you are naming the men. It's good, name the men. But now, not with poignant clarity that there are women into politics and they are fine too. They are beautiful. Huh? So, this one now, she's a politician. No, maybe now she's a politician. She will tell you her story. Me, I know the version of the politician because that's the one I see on social media. Right? So, put your hands together for Neneh Freda. No, I think this is what happens when politicians want to speak. They start doing sabotage. Now I have to say lie.
You really mastered the field, huh? Thank you very much. Good evening or afternoon, gorgeous ladies, and of course the gentlemen in our midst. And these fabulous, gorgeous ladies behind me. After listening to the ones that have spoken since I got here, I'm like, okay, I think I've lost thought. I don't think I can speak after them speaking, honestly. But as a politician now, right, I don't think I can never lose anything to say. And especially standing in front of you all, my passion is women and young girls. And looking at these faces out here, I'm like, okay, I have to say something. They almost finished everything that I need to say, but I will pick up from where they started, right? Okay, my name is Neneh Freda Gomez. I'm sure by the time I leave, if they ask you, do you know of any politician, you will name Neneh before anybody else. Right? Not to say that Usaino Daros, the Ojes, the Halifa Salahs, of course they are the veterans. They have done great things that we cannot surpass. But we are trying to start off from where they stopped to continue the crusade. It's a crusade because it cannot end. If it ends, then you all here don't have a future. Because politics determines the path to where you go. The schools you go to, the roads, the economy, the environment, the healthcare system, the hospital. It takes political mind to decide how those things are going to work. So politics, it's important. I'm going to start off to tell you, when I was thinking about getting into it, you have a lot of people who will tell you, politics is fertilim, politics is dirty, don't get into it, they're going to insult your mother, they're going to insult your father. Of course they will do. But if we all look at all those negative sides and limit ourselves and don't want to get into it, then there is a problem. But being me, I like challenges. Betty will tell you, that's my sister out here. I've been very big about challenging. You tell me don't do it, I want to do it and know what's going to happen to me. That's the kind of person I am. Unless you tell me why, I don't have to do it. I'm always asking the why. My late grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, would say, Neneh, dinga like the new joke talk. Because I'm always asking the whys. You know, the culture where they tell you, no, bahut, but nobody gets to tell you why. I want to tell you, lovely girls, ask the whys. It's important. Because you need to know why you don't have to do something. You need to know why you have to do something. So I was always asking the whys. And that's why I got into politics. But before then, just quickly, a Gambian, I was born here, I grew up here from a very, very humble beginning. From a very humble background, very humble family, right? Jaina Horom, Jaina Ndahuseda, Jaina Watermelon. I've done all those things to help my mother raise the family. And I'm proud today. Then, when you go in to sell after school, you feel ashamed. You're hiding. You don't want your mates, your colleagues to see you carrying a plate of watermelon to go and sell. You don't want your friends to see you carrying a bucket of cold water to go to the market or to go to the park, the field, when there is Nawetan football or ice. I saw all those things. Looking back, I'm proud I did. Because if I did not, boy, I wouldn't be here today. Because what was going to happen? My mother, because my dad died very early, my mom would not have had the finances to be able to help sustain the family for us to continue to go to school and for me to stand here today. So there's nothing wrong with that. We all came from different family sectors, from different families, with different capacities. If you're from a family that your family is unfortunate to do certain things, be initiative. Think about how you, at your young age, can contribute and help change that situation. I was very determined to change that situation. My mom did not have a chance to go to school, stopped at primary 4, 5. Very smart. I saw my mom's report card, still now she kept it. It's like forced. But because her mom died after giving birth to her, so she was raised by another family, an extended family, a co-wife. Very difficult situation, and she could not go to school because she had to wash, do everything for her siblings before going to school. So by the time she finishes every day, it's like people are coming back from school because she has to cook, she has to do a lot of things. So basically that stopped her school. And when my mom explained her journey, and after our dad died at a very early age, I said, there is no way I'm going to be a second of my mom in the family. There is no way. So I was determined. I jumped in, helping, going to sell, going to do everything else, washing, everything you can think of to do that will keep me going to school, I did. And I'm proud today. I'm proud I did. And I just wanted to say that to tell you guys the situations can change. My dad, I mean the elder folks or people will know, Patron, everybody knew my dad. A very close friend to the late President Sadao Jawara, because my dad was a tailor, a very famous tailor. If you don't wear a suit sewn by my dad in the Gambia, then you don't belong. Trust me, then you don't belong. But situation changed, my dad died and all that stuff. All those privileges that we were supposed to get, or my elder sisters, my elder sibling got, we didn't get to get because we were very young. So we had to start to struggle and fend for ourselves. Because my mom did not go to school. What else can she do? My dad was the breadwinner. Everything my dad had was taken over by friends and other people. And my mom is the quiet type that doesn't talk. Neneh is not the Baikoyala type. Oh no. No, because the reason why it did not work for my mom, and they always tell you if something doesn't work, then it's time for you to change. And I said I needed to change that trend. I did not have to be my mom of Baikoyala Yala Bahna. No. Then the suffering was going to continue. And I had to put my foot down and be able to say no and stand in my no, and say yes and stand for my yes, and not apologize for it. That's what I had to do. I struggled through, finished primary school with good grades, went to St. Joseph's High School, and of course, I think that's the best school you could ever go to. And no shit to the other schools. Oh, sure, go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Proud to be a product of St. Joseph's, right? And from high school, you were eager to work. I had somebody saying, Maggie, you come to put in ligay because you wanted to earn money. You wanted to buy things for yourself. And stop asking your parents. Right from high school, I thought I can get a job. You know, roaming from one office to another. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for everywhere you go, they say, we don't have a job. We don't have a job. We don't have a job. But then again, what we lacked was mentorship. What we lacked at the time was people to guide us to the right path, to direct us, to coach us. We didn't have that. I had what my sisters also all talked about that. Because I thought as soon as you finish high school, you can just go get a job. So we've been going around looking for a job and couldn't get it for days, for weeks, for months. And luckily we met a very fabulous lady who was working at an airline, who called myself and my friend and said, listen, do you have a CV? And we looked at each other like, see what? You know, a resume. A resume, what? We don't know because nobody has told us that. And she sat us down and explained to us that this is what you do. You have to write a resume, you know, and just coach us through. But as soon as we left the office, we looked at this one like, we're looking for a job. You're asking us to do a resume. That was going to take time. But as time goes on, we realized that was really important, right? I got myself a few jobs. I worked at the water resources. I worked at the IEC. And then finally, I worked at the bank, Guaranteed Trust Bank, when it opened newly. Again, everybody was rushing to work there. But guess what? I started up as a receptionist. As a receptionist, that's what I started up with. But I grew because I was very, very passionate and motivated. I saw the likes of Aina Wright. She is now the managing director of EcoBank Sierra Leone. Are you guys hearing me? Yes. Managing director of EcoBank Sierra Leone. Yes, a Gambian. So we can do it. We can go places. We can be great. We can. And every day she comes in and walks up and goes. She has her own office. I was like, okay, I'm in this cubicle. Everybody comes, passes me, everybody goes. I'm here. You have other people that have offices of their own. So one day, I just walked to her office, greeted and everything. I was like, Auntie Aina, I want to have my own office. What do I do? She laughed herself out. It was like, you know what, Neneh? It is possible. You can do it. But you have to be able to develop yourself. You need to be willing and develop yourself, get a school, educate. You need to think about it. First of all, she asked, so what do you want to be? I was like, I want to be like you. Somebody said, don't try to be like people. Try to be the best of those, the person, the best version. I always tell my son, I have a 13-year-old son, I always tell you can do anything anybody can do, but only that you can do it better. And that's what you all need to think about. Think about Neneh can speak well, but I want to speak better than Neneh. I don't want to be Neneh. But then I was wanting to be like her. But when we had a conversation over and over, I was like, okay, now I understand that okay, you have to get a school and here and there. I got into it. Search and search and search and search and search. Then I got a school. Different schools in America. Well, God being so good, I always tell people I don't believe in luck. What I believe in is luck is opportunity meeting preparation. The opportunity, when it avails itself and you are prepared, then something happens. But when the opportunity avails itself and you're not prepared, it slides in, it goes. And we say, she's lucky, she's unlucky. I'm lucky, you're unlucky. No. I don't believe anything like that. And when the opportunity knocked, I was prepared, then I was able to leave the Gambia to go further my studies. Because I wanted to be like Auntie Aina, have my own office. It was not an easy journey. Going to a foreign land, no relatives, nobody. Of course, had issues up and down. But then again, the God factor always needs to be there. The God factor, it doesn't matter what you believe in. I'm a Christian, a Catholic, a staunch one. But my mom is a Muslim. I was raised in a typical Muslim family. So I understand both sides. And I respect both sides. So the God factor needs to be there. We need to pray. We need to always understand that there is a supreme being that is making everything happen. It's not by our doing. It's not because we are big. It's not because our parents have money. It's because our parents are capable. It is the supreme being. So we always have to remember that. And that also has really helped me throughout my journey with the difficulties and everything else. So many challenges in America, but I was determined that I wanted to go to school, graduate, get my degree, and then come back and get my own office. For me, that was the goal post for me. I needed to get my own office. Because that was the reason why I had to talk to Auntie Aina. I went to America, all challenges from one state to another. Of course, it's not easy. In America, you don't walk, you're kicked out. You don't walk, you don't eat. You see mother and father, somebody will kick the other one out. Because that's the system. In Gambia, dinga añ, dinga ndewo, dinga añ, dinga reer, dinga jogonal. And you're not working for free. And you have a house to sleep. You don't pay bills, you don't pay water, you don't pay anything else. It doesn't work that way in America. It doesn't work that way in England. It doesn't work that way in Sweden. It doesn't work that way in Denmark. I name those countries because I've been there. It doesn't. You have to work. You own everything. Everything you get, you own it. And when you own things, you are proud. You protect it. You guide it. You guard it. That's what you do. But when you're giving handouts, freebies, you just do anything with it. You just treat it anyhow because it's easy. It's been given to you. But anyways, fast forward. I came home, right? When I finished. I graduated from finance. I'm a finance guy. And a minor in economics. So I'm sure you'll be wondering, okay, why is she a politician, right? I worked in a bank for a couple of decades. I loved the job. I loved it. Because again, you dress well with the suit, the heels. I wore heels that now I cannot wear flats. It's very difficult for me to walk on flats. I enjoyed it. It was prestigious. You know, and people think when you walk in a bank you have money. Not that lot, honestly. You're not paid that lot. But from a receptionist, I left and went to school. I came back. I was operations cashier. Then I went to marketing and worked in all the fields in marketing in the bank. I know the corporate side. I know the public sector side. I know the commercial side. I know the retail side. Because I was very, very curious. I want to learn. I've always tried to ask for a shift, for a change, so that I can learn new things. So don't limit yourselves. Do not limit yourself. The more you know, the more marketable you become. The more marketable you become. And at some point in time, you don't wait for people to give you call salaries for you. You will demand. You demand, and people will negotiate with you. But if you're not marketable, you go to places, whatever they give you, that's what you take. Whatever they give you, that's what you take. Be at a level that people will be asking for you. People will be seeking. You have a brand, a name attached to yourself. And that's what I want girls, young girls, women. Because it is only then we can be at a level playing field and play with men. The population of women, we are way more than men. But what they pay men, they don't pay women. The jobs that men have, women don't have. The position they offer men, they don't offer women. The same position, but the salaries are different. And we can break that. We need to break the bias. We need to change the status quo. We can.
Yes, we can.
We can.
Yes.
We can. It's all about belief. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in ourselves. You know, very often in Gambia, when you but girls, I was much more slimmer. Then I don't have a child, you know, and I was very, very bold in wearing the short skirt, the channel, and the heels. And everybody knows me for that. And you know what I'm going to say in that? Whatever is worth doing well. Be known for something. Be known for something. Whatever you're doing, be the best of it. Even if you're a cleaner, let everybody know that that's the best cleaner. When they're asking, Dama buga ligay kat, fompa kat, what's your name? Safiatu. And then people will, Safiatu is the best cleaner. I can recommend Safiatu. And be best in that. If you're a plumber, I'm looking for a plumber. It was like, Mr. X is the best plumber. You can do it. Be known to be the best in whatever you do. See, I had experiences when I was the receptionist. People had to come to the bank just to see who was behind that phone. Because when I talk to you, you want to see who was talking. Oh yeah. Because at the time, I was the receptionist, and I wanted to be the best in that place. I was the best, honestly. People just come to the bank to see the MD, and then they'll be like, okay, by the way, I was talking to somebody on the phone. Who would have blah, blah. When you explain what you say, okay, that's her. And then you go, she wanted to meet you. He wanted to meet you. I was like, girl, give it up. Shoo, you're doing well. Give it up. I was moved to be the PA of the managing director at some point in time. Because that was my job, and I wanted to be the best. I wanted to do it to the best of my ability. I appreciated it. I did not know that there was something better than that at that point in time. But I grew from that with all kind of sectors in there. Again, 2016, fast forward, I was still at the bank. Now I've moved to GT Bank and went to Sky Bank, right? Just give me 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Is that a lot?
Yes.
See, when you give the mic to politicians, boy oh boy. Right? You were talking about the teachers and the lawyers. They don't talk. They don't talk where a politician is. But anyway, 2016, being a young girl, grew up here, with the Yaya Jammeh kids. 1994, I went to high school. 2000, I graduated with the Millennium kids, the Millennium badge. You remember the Millennium when they say the world was going to come to an end, computers were going to stop, everything was going to freeze. It was interesting. So graduated 2000. But, working in a bank and everything else, okay, everybody, Yaya Jammeh. But then again, you ask yourself, a lot of things are not changing, and then you have a certain group of people controlling everything. Everything. Whatever you need, you have to be among that clique or be close to. But how can that change? Everybody say, hey, dictator la, politics ba, who do gonna follow. Well, reasons best known to them. But I started to ask, engage, the likes of the OJs, the Halifax, and all that. Again, the curious me, and they will tell you. And of course, politician will never tell you politician bad. I'm a politics bad. Politics is dirty. But later, I was very, very curious. I gained interest. 2016, after the coalition, because I was very confused. Which party do I join? Everybody tells you I'm the best. Everybody tells you I can make the change. But now when the coalition came together, I was like, okay, bingo. That's the moment I took leave of absence from my work at the bank, at Skybank. From September, I didn't go back to work till February after the inauguration. I'm on leave without pay. I was not paid. Everybody thought you were crazy. And then I went, joined. Helped, taught the whole country, did everything and blah, blah. Well, of course, I then left. Right? Now, what? I went back to work. But later on, I was like, I think the banking field has become so autonomous. There's nothing interesting. It's the same thing. The market is so saturated with so many banks. Because GT Bank, when it came, there were not very many banks. Now it's saturated. What else am I going to do? I know almost all the customers. What do I do? Now I wanted to go into politics. If I go and ask people, Joe, danga ñaka jom, buy some liggéey pour politics. So apparently everybody discouraged me. There was nobody who told me, leave your job to get into politics. But still, I was digger bopa. I wrote a resignation letter and submitted it. I resigned from the bank. That's what I did. And then I sat 2 months. No work, nothing. Then later on, I got this NGO job on the side. But still, that's not something I wanted to do. I've already found something that I wanted to do. And then we decided, a group of people, to form a party, Citizens Alliance, and did all the back and forth. The party got registered. We got in the field. But of course, I am proud to say, with the emergence of Citizens Alliance, the dynamics of politics in this country change. We raised the bar. People now ask the question, what can you do for us? What is your message? What is your agenda? That was not the case once upon a time. So I'm proud to say I was among those group of people that brought about that change into politics. So, just to wrap up, you have to stand in your truth. Politicians, I hear a lot, about there are no permanent enemies or no permanent friends, it's permanent interest. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. You need to be honest. You need to stand firm in your truth. You should be able to say no. You should be able to say yes. And try to build your own stage as women. We need to level the playing field. Nobody is going to do it for us. We see now the executive, not even more than 5 women. Parliament, not more than 5. None of the parastatals has an MD or even deputy MD or second who's a woman. And look at this amazing woman here, right? Well, she's a finance director. I take that back of NAWEC. So we are beginning to change the status quo. We are beginning to change it, and we need to continue. We don't have to stop. It's going to be difficult, but we have to continue. We don't have to stop. Anything that is worth doing is worth doing well, and be the best of anything that you want to do in this country. We can do it. We're beginning to change, and the change is going to happen, and it will start right here. So thank you very much.
So at this point, we're going to move from politicians now to sportsmen. Wow. Well, sportswoman. Yes. So we're going to move. Sports people, they don't talk. They run. Please. I'm warning you. Sports people don't talk. They do what? So when you come here, do like Gina Bass. Wonderful. Sainey from GFF.
Yeah, I think, hello everyone. This is just wonderful, I think she interviewed me so many times with one of my best friends, this is Sawane. May her soul rest in perfect peace. So she was right. She was one of the best presenters, I can say. We always go along. So far, this is a very great privilege for me to be here. Well, I will just share with you why am I here today. I saw this on social media, And I texted, I think, Mama Linger. I said, why sports is not part of it? I am developing thousands of young girls in Gambia. Thousands. Now, before saying exactly what my role is in Gambia, I would like to say a few things about myself. Not much, because like if you want to say our CVs here, we'll be sleeping. So, my name is Sainey M'Boge. I am the Senior Women's Football Coordinator at the Gambia Football Federation. My role is to develop women's football from the grassroots to the elite, that's the national team. And myself, I was a national team player that played in Azerbaijan 2012. I'm lucky to be part of the goal scorers with Pendaba, who is currently the national team captain, which he took over. And now, for me, that's the most precious moment for me, because I left football when I was very good at it. But why I left football is because I want to sacrifice my career to see those young girls see someone who is fighting for their goals. Because strong women, we are very much limited when it comes to sports. I like that when Fatimata said, now in the news, do we see men now doing news? It was a long time now, it's a long time. And that was a very great excellence to achieve. We have so many people here in women's football now, have gained a lot of experience, a lot of exposure, a lot of education. And very soon we'll have someone who will go for FIFA Masters because of football. So that's a big one. Yes, you mentioned Gina Bass. Gina Bass now is it's not a legend, but Gina Bass is someone who is like a diamond when it comes to women in sports in Gambia. So sport is something, it's no more fun. It's about building your capacity, building your career, earning something in football, earning something in sports, in volleyball, name it, basketball, whatsoever. For me, if you see me now traveling all over the world, having a very good salary pay, driving a very expensive car, it's because of football. It's not because of anything. I'm saying this, I'm not making politics. Though we are politicians as well in another way, because what we do, it's not about politicking or something, but politics is everywhere. If you define politics, it's interest. Your interest is to see how best I can get a lot of people now registering women's football. It's not about kicking only the ball. It's about being an administrator. I was a national team player, now I'm an administrator. We have the likes of Charo Menga. We have the likes of Mariama Bomso. They are national team head coaches. They are traveling. They are developing thousands of girls now in the Gambia. We have 73 clubs registered, first and second division third. And also we have 2,119 actively registered, 6,000 plus, like the age of 12 to 15. We have all structures of the U17, U12. So this is a big. So, just recently, tomorrow is our final day for the election. I know it's very hit on the social media. Why? Because sports is a place that where now interest is really focusing on. We have the first female in the whole world occupying a very, very much prestigious position. That's the Secretary General in FIFA. That's not a small position. That's one of the big positions in the world you can get. Dealing with billions of pounds, of euros, of dollars. And she's a woman. And what also, she's an African. So for me, that's inspired me. My ultimate aim to see myself working in FIFA. That's my target. Now, when I was playing football, I said I want to be an administrator. Now I am an administrator. I want to elevate myself. But how can you elevate yourself without building your capacity? There are certain requirements, you must have those requirements. And one of the challenges we have, because we do so every year, I do SWOT analysis, the strength, the weakness, and the opportunities and the threats. The weaknesses we are having, and we are really challenging those weaknesses. What are those weaknesses? Is society, the concept we have, Jiggy and water play football. Man maa ngi nii play naa football at the level of national team. Man suma chesee ball comme góor. But I don't look like a girl. Yes, I have a husband. My husband is Matar M'Boge, the U20 national team. That's my husband. So having 2 boys, 2 kids, I'm not dumb. Yeah. And there are national team players who are married, having kids. Even in America, Netherlands, UK, they all play football while getting married, while having kids. These are some of the challenges we are facing. But now, when we are starting with the Women's League, we have only 6 teams, first division, second teams. Now we are going to 10, going to 9. And next year we are increasing more. Now we have 73. So we are targeting like 100. So for me, I'm going to sell my idea, my agenda today to you people. 2 things. My agenda and also what motivates me and what makes me to be strong. Neneh dafa dëgër boppa waaye ñu den tàngaam. If you found us debating, if you found us wedi wante si straza yi about Manchester, PSG, name it, Arsenal, Liverpool. Liverpool was my team, but now my star is in Bayern Munich. Now I'm a Bayern Munich fan. Man Sadio Mane fu mu dem rek lay toppa. So if you found us there, you will be saying, wow, kii ban façon nit la. There was a time, my mother was a councillor of Abuko, the first female councillor. She was a big politician as well. So what happened was they would try to say, "Don't anti Salebi, foko gista mungi widi wante glory." But when I went to Azerbaijan, Yaya Jammeh gave us $100,000, and I took out 5,000 from the money and I gave them to one old Papa Yaya to give it to those people to pray for me. Tengoti. That day, I started to become a legend in my own community because of football. Because of football. And that's the day lots of parents came to my mom, Auntie Sally. Dama bëgg suma doom bi melni comme Sainey pour mu tukki pour mu asi xaalis ci family bi. Yeah, it's true. And now lots of girls in Gambia are really enjoying women's football now. They are really enjoying women's football. Yes, we have challenges of day meeting. Not only football, not only being a journalist, not only being a lawyer. And the most saddest part is, if you are very good, most especially as a woman, I know all of them, they know deep down in their hearts, they are feeling this kind of pain in them. Most especially if you are working with men. For me, that's where I will try to always advocate. I'm not saying all men. Some men are wonderful. They will encourage you. They will love you. They will mold you. They will mentor you. They will do whatsoever just for you to success. But some men, you are attracted to those men. So the best thing you can do is to be strong. My slogan always stays, despite any obstacles, you don't have to give up. And I will close by saying, in life, whatever you want to achieve, if you are not disciplined, forget it. Forget it, trust me. All of them, why they are having big positions, driving very fancy cars, be in offices having ACs, they go for her. We all know this phrase, kuyaga si 10. Young girls, be disciplined. Yarlum la mayut. I always close when I'm giving speech or doing some mentor session. Just few back I was on Switzerland for such. But because of discipline. Sometimes we go to a certain level in management, you will be born out. We all happen. You will go and cry and so on. But the discipline. Discipline is very, very important. Closing, I would like to say the organizers, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And I would like to see we have the U17 girls tournament. Whoever want to see me, you know the Football Federation, just ask for Sainey or Veronique, my assistant. You will see us and we'll give you the guidance, That's why you want to be an administrator. That's why you want to be a referee. And let me tell you, it's not about being a referee or being an administrator. Halis mufa. That's the reality. So, yeah. And you know, money motivates people. Money, about motivated. So today you said, so I want to have a So I would like to say thank you very much for the organizers, and I'm very much happy seeing some senior women here who are really, they are my mentors also, and they are my motivation, my inspiration, and I would like to say thank you so much for the opportunity.